Hey y'all, I was not ignoring anyone today. Today, I was just in hyper focus. I decided to do a mosaic in front of my border of my garden. And I ended up having to break the tiles, reorganize them. I received so many cuts that I lost count. And at one point, my hand was covered in blood. And yes, I made a video. I'll share it with you all later. But no, I didn't wear gloves. I know I can hear it in the comments. Markette, why didn't you wear gloves? Don't you have gloves? Yes, I have gloves. I just didn't wear them. I'm not afraid of pain. But yeah, I learned something new about myself today. I learned that whenever I'm reflecting, I tend to walk. I tend to pace. I tend to sit, stare, envision how I want it, and then I go back into working. Even when, like with everything I do, I've noticed that it's almost like I think it out before I actually start working. I know a lot of people can just hear a task and go do it and then they're just done, but I'd rather figure out exactly how I want something done and then I do it. If I try to rush into it, I'll just end up changing it a million times, which makes me take forever. But when I just sit, look at the area, envision how I want it, reflect on how I want it to turn out, actively work, take a step back, look at it from different angles, and then come back into it, then it's like it just flows effortlessly. And then I can be like, oh, this is the pattern. This is what I was trying to see. And then once I discover the pattern, the rest just kind of creates itself. There's like no effort needed after that. It's like the hardest part of any type of gardening, any type of border, any type of painting really. It's like the first 5 to 10 minutes to get into the rhythm of it. And I think that's the cool thing about being an artist. I think that's the cool thing of everything about me and my brain and how it operates. Even though things aren't linear, reflection shows me so many things. So many. And with the way that I can retain a conversation, it may not be verbatim. It's more so like a recording of how my brain interpreted said conversation, but it still is enough for reflection. Unless I didn't care, then I don't know any of it. But yeah, it happens. But seriously though, I like the fact that I think the way I think. When I really take the time to just kind of envision and then linger on how I want to do something, whenever I actively do work on it, it's like there'll be so much of it done in one big chunk that would catch a lot of people off guard because I took time to be logical about the way that stuff is layered together. For instance, in my room, I've started working on making my room onyx. So the walls are probably 75% done. The ceiling is only about 2% done. I haven't finished painting the walls because I have to rearrange the room and the furniture is very heavy. It's kind of hard for me to move it. It's very hard for me to move it. I tried, so I have to wait until I have help one day. But once I have help, I'll actually be able to rearrange the room, paint behind the furniture, and then paint the furniture, which will be relatively easy. And then whenever I get to the ceiling, I've been focusing on what colors to do first. Initially, I was going to just do it all onyx first and then get into it with the other colors. But it's actually harder to make a lighter color light with once you do like a dark high gloss paint on it first. And it's just very wasteful because that paint is like $50 a gallon. So, well, shoot, with inflation, who knows what it costs. So what I figured I would do instead, because glow-in-the-dark paint and fluorescent paints are kind of hard to see, I'm going to treat it like watercolors. I'm going to actually go into it with the pearlized white paint and the glow-in-the-dark white paint first, and kind of hit it in a lot of spaces, way more than I think I could ever desire to have it. And then I'm going to layer from the lightest colors to the darkest colors, which is the opposite of what you would do with a tattoo, but definitely something that will work quite well with this particular project. I'm realizing that when starting with the end in mind of this project is not for the faint of heart. It's going to take effort. It's going to take a long time. So I've been studying different constellations, different star clusters, different galaxies and spaces to see which ones I actually wanted to reflect in my room. So whenever it's done, someone's either going to super love this room whenever it's time to sell the house, or they're going to super hate it. But they can either buy it or not. And at this point, I really don't care. It's my house. I'll have to look at it until I decide to sell. And I have no intentions on selling it anytime soon. So it's going to be cool. All right. Later, y'all.